because in Miss the reason why, because in Miss that is what I knew, because in Miss Universe they called Miss Cyprus and Miss Turkey. So when you said that you live in Turkey, in Cyprus, I was puzzled. I was
No,
puzzled.
I
I
live
was
in
just like,
Cyprus, but I'm from Turkey.
okay.
Okay. What about you, Mimi? Where are you from?
I'm from Iran.
Teacher, you are from same country.
We are fellow citizens, of course. You know, Iran is a great country, a very big country, right? There's a huge
I
population.
also love Iran
You like that?
because of Ömer Hayyam. Do you know?
Ah, yes, of course.
I
And
love Ömer Hayyam.
yeah. Great poet.
He's my
So,
favorite.
of course. And where are you in Turkey? Where are you from in Turkey?
Actually, I live in Cyprus, but I'm from Hatay.
Aha,
From Turkey.
I see. So you're a student there?
No, we live in here with my
Just live there.
family.
Okay.
Yeah, we moved here.
Uh-huh.
But I'm studying here.
Ah, you study what? What do you study?
I'm in Middle East Technical University, computer engineering.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Go on, guys. You know, I don't want to just talk. It is your opportunity to talk. You need to practice. You
Okay.
need to gain self-confidence. You know, number one thing for all of the students from like A1 level up to C1 level, number one thing is lack of self-confidence. You know, first thing first, you have to gain self-confidence first. How? By repetition, by accepting yourself, making mistakes and being okay with it. And then you improve yourself, you fix the mistake, you make mistake again. And after a couple of time, days, months, years, you see, okay, no problem. Everybody makes, you see, everybody makes mistake. I make mistakes too. So that is okay. When you come to this realization, what happens? You feel okay with yourself psychologically. I always say, if you are not psychologically ready, you cannot speak because this psychology will block you. It happens for me too. I mean, I am not alone. You are not alone. It happens for me too. So that is okay. That's why this is a huge, how can I say, opportunity for you to improve yourself. So I don't want to talk. Please go ahead. You can use the questions. This is not a test. This is not an examination.
Actually,
yeah.
Yes, sir. I actually, what you're talking about right now, I experienced that yesterday. I was in an interview yesterday. I talk a lot whenever I'm in a WhatsApp group. I even sing, I even talk a lot, I even read many times. I am a talkative. I can say I'm a talkative guy. But when I was at the interview yesterday and the interviewer was talking something, I don't know. I was like, my mind was blank. I was like, I want to talk, but I wasn't able to talk a lot. So after the interview, I was like, I'm not satisfied about the result of the interview. Honestly.
I see. You know, of course, it depends. It depends on, you know, how much work you are putting into your life as well as your job, you know, these kind of stuff.
So right now, what you're talking about making a mistake, because I considered that as a mistake, then you gave me something like, you gave me hope that, oh, when you commit a mistake, do it again, do it again. I was like, yeah, that's not the end of my life. I made a mistake yesterday, but when you said that, just continue. So you gave me hope.
Of course, this is my job to give hope, and of course, it is not just giving hope. I mean, this is the reality. This is the reality. I mean, you cannot tell me who speaks one specific language perfectly. Let me ask you some questions. For example, your name is Michael. You're from Philippines, right? Philippines. Yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay, what is the language that you speak? What language do you speak?
Filipino.
Filipino. Okay, you're a native Filipino. I don't know how to say Filipinian.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
The citizen is a Filipino, and the language is called Filipino as well.
Okay.
Can you speak it? I wondered.
Can
you say something in Filipino?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Something. Okay. Salamat is thank you in English.
Salamat.
In Filipino, it's salamat. Yeah.
It looks like Farsi and Arabic combination of
Yes.
Somehow it's very close to Malaysian language because we are Malaysian race. Filipino is a Malaysian race.
Malaysian race. Okay. All right. No,
Which
I
is
just wanted
neighbor.
possible. I just wanted to say that you are a native Filipino, let's say, okay. Your mother language is Filipino. Okay. Do you consider yourself as a perfect Filipino speaker? I asked the same question directly from
No.
you. Do you consider yourself as a perfect or excellent Filipino speaker?
No.
Okay, why?
No, not at all.
Why?
Because I believe that I can, even that is my mother tongue, but I still commit mistake, even sometimes in spelling.
All right. The same question goes to Ahmed. Do you
I think I'm
consider?
good at Turkish.
Okay, good. Of course, you must be good at Turkish, but because it's your mother language. But are you perfect? I mean, like excellent.
I think I am, but I can't be sure about it.
I can't be sure
100%.
about that. I asked this
It's
question
Roy.
intentionally from people to tell that there is no perfectionism. There isn't. There is not. You cannot find any perfect, anything perfect. Language, sports, art, music. I don't know.
We don't need to
Nothing.
be.
Yeah, that is not the point. That is not the case. The point, guys, is
Yes.
to be able to communicate. To be able to communicate. Can you express yourself easily? Can you speak in a way that you're understandable? Or you have some problem or problems. You say I made a mistake. You have some problems in grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, I don't know, different things, intonation, you have to improve yourself. It depends on your level and your intention. Okay, so try to focus on this fact of communication rather than having I don't know what perfect is. Some people say I want to be perfect. Okay, I say, okay, what is perfect? They cannot explain that. I want to speak English perfectly. Okay, but what is perfectly? What does it mean? Nobody can answer this question. Nobody can.
Yes.
Teacher, I want to have British accent. Why? Are you British? I want to have a pure American accent. Why? Are you American? Australian? You should embrace yourself, embrace who you are. Accent is not our identity. I recently talked to a teacher from America, where I don't know, in another platform, and he was actually a kind of native American and also English teacher. Okay, he was just swearing that whenever I go to the southern part of America, south, north,
Actually,
south, southern part of America, he says, as a native speaker, he says, you cannot believe me, I need a translator. He cannot understand his own citizens because of the accent and pronunciation and maybe words and blah, blah, blah. Let alone you want to have a kind of pure American accent. Why? Are you American? Are you Australian? No. You're Iranian, you're Filipino, you're Turkish, you're French, you're Spanish, you're Indian.
I think owning your country's accent is good because
exactly.
Because it tests other people, more than one language.
Absolutely.
It's not your main language. You also know another language.
Brilliant. Absolutely. I was about to say that. You are going to live longer than me. That is true. The point is you should, I would say, let alone, just forget about the accent and of course you have to improve your pronunciation. That is different. Accent. Forget about accent. Grasp your accent, stick with it, and improve yourself in terms of knowledge. in terms of knowledge, become a knowledgeable person, knowledgeable woman, knowledgeable man, very knowledgeable, okay? So that in a certain level, in a level that native speakers come to you, they start to talk to you. Oh, teacher, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Number one, Dalai Lama. Do you know Dalai Lama? Have you ever heard of Dalai Lama? The Chinese, is he Chinese? Tibet, right?
That's it.
I don't know.
Yes.
I would say Chinese. Anyway, Chinese monk, very
He's not a
knowledgeable.
Chinese.
Yeah, he's not from China, but I think, I don't know. Do you know
I
exactly
guess I don't know. I guess if he's not from Nepal,
Nepal?
because Dalai Lama is a very popular religious leader.
Absolutely, religious philosopher, you know, he's so knowledgeable and a very kind person, okay? And he's so knowledgeable, as I said. That's why people, I mean, native speakers go to him and start to listen to him. They start to learn. They do not say, ha, 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 Dalai Lama, you have a terrible accent, ha, ha. They never say that. I haven't heard. Dalai Lama, ha, 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 you have a really terrible accent. Have you ever heard? Or, for example,
No.
there are a lot of people. Arnold
No.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
What else in Hollywood? Antonio Banderas. You know, these are, I mean, very famous people with a strong accent. By the way, strong accent. You know, we have a little bit accent.
hard
We have a
accent.
strong accent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very successful people. You know, if you watch Antonio Banderas movies, you will see that he speaks English very well, but with
Yeah.
strong accent, heavy accent. That's okay. He doesn't say that, you know, I am American because I am imitating American accent. He doesn't do that. He says, I speak English very well, but with an accent. I'm not killing myself to have a very specific accent. Why should I? Right?
Accents are good for language, I think.
Sorry?
It develops. Accents are good language, I think, because it develops language.
Exactly. It shows who you are. It shows your
Yeah.
identity.
Actually, sir, yesterday I was watching a short video clip on Facebook. I even saved the video. The thing is, there is a word right now that accentism. Those are the people that something like they cannot accept other accent. If they're speaking English in a different accent, they cannot, something like they don't want to entertain those things. That is why in some business right now, they accept the American accent. Those who have a different accent, they never accept them as
I
their
see.
employee. So they consider that one as an accentism.
Yeah, you're right. That is true. Unfortunately, that is the nasty business which is going on in the world, right? Unfortunately, we can do nothing about it. But as a tourist, as a language user, I would say that is not important. Just stick to whatever you are. You have an accent. Stick to whatever accent you have, and then just talk. That is okay. Right? Isn't it, Mimi? Mimi is very silent today. Mimi is, surprised. What is going
I
on
also
here?
realize it.
What is going on here?
Oh, maybe turn on.
Yeah. Sometimes it goes on.
Hearing you,
Yeah.
I use your ideas. They're interesting for me.
Very interesting. Yeah. These ideas are everybody's, not just mine. Okay. Everybody's ideas or any kind of opinion, I would say, is the outcome of that person's, experiences. I don't want to say I'm very experienced. No, I know a little bit of something. Maybe if I know, I generalize it. I say, listen carefully to what other people are saying. And those sentences are the summary, summary of their whole life. Their whole life. I studied English language and literature, apart from teaching English. Of course, not right now, but I used to. I used to deal with literature, with different articles and books and different things. So literature is basically the ideas, okay? Ideas. Literature means ideas, opinions, okay? So that is why ideas for me are really important, very important, right?
Yeah, I believe I'm 100% agree to that, sir.
My pleasure, my
That is
pleasure.
why. But the thing is, here in the Philippines, sir,
Yeah.
we are so something like here in the Philippines, we are very judgmental. Filipinos, if
Oh my God.
another Filipino speak English, another Filipino speaks in English, something like we are so meticulous. If you don't pronounce the word correctly, and if you have a strong or hard accent, and you try to speak English, we never actually the reality is Filipino will never accept. I was like, you're trying hard. They have that in common. You're
Mhm.
pretending to try to speak English, but look at your accent. As if like we never accept. That is a colonial mentality.
This is a mindset. It's a wrong mindset, I would say. I would say
believe
this is an absolutely wrong mindset. Let me tell you something, guys. I think it was like last year, I kept interviewing different teachers around the world, okay, and they are of course available on my YouTube channel. I interviewed with different teachers, mostly native speakers, I mean native teachers. Whenever they hear actually the question like accent and pronunciation, they were in awe, like in shock. Why? I mean, as if they have no idea about it. They say, I mean, almost 100% of them said, accent is so ridiculous. Everybody has an accent. Which accent are you talking about? When somebody says, teacher, I want to have American accent. Okay, which American accent? Which state?
Yes.
Which state you
Texas
want?
accent is very different to others.
Exactly, extremely different. All of them are Americans, but they have different accent, right? So do not be obsessed with, accent a lot. Instead, focus on pronunciation. Focus on pronunciation, I would say.
Turkish also have a lot of accents, and in our country, words are incredibly changing.
Yeah.
You can't understand what he's saying.
Of course. I am aware of that.
But we accept all of them.
Of course, you can understand, you can communicate. Yeah. Please.
Teacher, I have I want to get your opinion about this one.
Okay.
There is something like there is a saying here in the Philippines right now, because here in the Philippines we think that if somebody speaks English, oh, he is higher level, he is knowledgeable. But there's a saying here in the Philippines that English language is not the barometer of knowledge. What do you think of that?
Totally correct. Totally correct.
Why?
Of course, knowing a language, of course, is considered to be a kind of skill, but that is not the only skill that you can have. I mean, language is a tool. This is telephone, right? So telephone is a tool. I use it. I use this telephone. This is a pen. This is a tool. I use this pen. Okay. Language is a tool also. We use the language. We use the language to communicate. Exactly. But it doesn't mean that, if you do not know it, you are a loser. No, absolutely not. For example, let's say if in my whole life, I have no plan to go to, let's say, Korea or China, Japan, whatever, for any kind of country, I mean, never ever go to those countries, why should I learn those countries' language? Why? Understand? If as a person, I am not gonna travel to Japan, to live there, to do business, to study, to visit, I don't know, Japan, for example, why should I learn Japanese? I am not gonna use it. I am not gonna use it. Because I am not gonna use it, I am going to lose it. Lose myself, because I have already lost. I have already lost my energy, my effort, my time. Spending all of these energy, time, and specifically time on learning that specific thing.
Yes, it takes big part of our life.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So you should, I would say, people should divide their time wisely. You should organize, arrange your time wisely. Otherwise, it is not possible.
But some of them learning it for enjoy,
Okay.
not to use it.
But I mean, not everybody. Maybe those people have lots of free time. Okay. Hobby. Yeah, it can be a hobby. Why not? Learning English can be a hobby, of course. But I don't think that everybody has a lot of time. People are working. People go to school. People go to work. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and by the way, it's not. I mean, yeah, I agree to that. Sir, that it is not the barometer of being a knowledgeable person, because look at the Japan. Japan is a rich country, but they don't even know how to speak English at all. Japanese, they never speak English.
Yes.
But look how smart Japanese are. The Japanese people is the source of technology right now.
Absolutely.
The Chinese people,
also
are one of the richest country right now, powerful country.
Exactly.
Even US cannot touch China.
That's
but
true.
they never talk English. It's not a barometer. Yeah, I believe so, sir. Thank you for your idea.
That is totally correct, man. That is totally correct. I mean, once I heard that Japanese, I think this is a kind of saying in Japan. They say that all of the countries have soldiers, have army to fight. Japanese people say. They say, of course we have soldiers, they say, but we are not gonna show our soldiers. We fight with people different countries by our technology. And that is true. That is true. Everything in electronics, cameras, lens, robots.
Yes.
Mind-boggling, man.
Japanese also have a bad attitude to English. They don't use in their
nationalistic.
countries.
Yeah. They have some sense of nationalistic sense.
Their idea is when you go to their country, we will never adjust for you. You learn our language, not me learning your language, so that you will communicate in our citizen.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, so that is why before you grant visa going to Japan, you have know how to speak Japanese, because they love their language. Totally.
Exactly. That is totally right. Yeah, thank you. Mimi?
Maybe they are doing the right thing.
Sorry?
Maybe they are doing the right thing.
Yeah, I think so. Why not? But of course, as I said, if they want a Japanese person, man, woman, no problem, wants to go to, let's say, an English-speaking country, in that case, they have to learn that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Because that's a tool again. Let's say you want to study, you want to be a dentist. Okay, you go to the dentistry school, right? So what happens there? You study different things, and then you study the tools, how to use the tool. You learn how to use this tool to operate, to use it on your patient. And then a dentist without tools is nothing. The dentist without his or her tools is nothing. He or she cannot help you. The dentist needs the tool. The cameraman without camera is nothing. The teacher without book, knowledge, pen, pencil, different things is nothing. And I mean, people need those tools. The tools can be like objects or can be information. Like philosophers also need tool. What is the tool? The tool is knowledge, information. Without knowledge, they cannot, impress people. They cannot influence people positively or negatively, right? So we always need to have a tool. Engineer needs tool. Everybody, we need tools, isn't it, Mimi? Mimi is very surprised. Right? Mimi, who is your teacher? I mean, English teacher. I mean, how did you find the WhatsApp group? How did you enter?
My teacher, Mr. Emami.
Mr. Emami. Mr. Emami. I don't. Is he also still there, or he left?
He's there, but doesn't chat.
Teachers are busy. We are tired. We are tired, right?
Yeah, and also he studied at university because of that.
Yeah. He's extremely busy, right?